Namaskar and welcome to the 15th episode of video series DK's Hull. Before we start this episode, kindly have a look at some common challenges of tomato and try to identify them. We will discuss them towards the end. Hope it will be interesting as well as learning. Thanks to many of our viewers who could correlate their experience and also supported the views presented in the previous episode about changes in taste and aroma of many food items. It will be further more interesting to know that in the past, most of the couple had several children, and now there is a growing trend that many couples have to depend on artificial measures like IVF to enjoy parenthood. To a great extent, this is also related to our changing food habits and decline in nutritional quality of all food items that we consume. Now, let us try to understand the role of some important secondary and micronutrients. In an earlier video, that is episode 4, we have discussed that normal soils, or say soils with pH between 6.5 to 7.5, is suited well to most of the crops. Among micronutrients, except molybdenum, all others are optimally available at slightly acidic, that is pH 6.5 to 6.8, and are very less available when soil pH is above 7.5. So most plant nutrients are not only optimally available to the plants in normal soils, but it is also very compatible with plant root growth. In abnormal soils, whether they are acidic or alkaline in nature, the availability of all nutrients is affected, but phosphorus is affected the most. As regards secondary and micronutrients, it is true that micronutrients are required in small quantities, but one should not underestimate their importance because they are very crucial for successful crop management, and their absence or say deficiency, even in small amounts, cause serious losses. In this context, sulfur is an important nutrient. It is needed in large amount in protein synthesis and in the formation of oil within the seeds. Sulfur contributes towards winter hardiness to crops and determines the nutritional quality of food. Sulfur plays a major role in the full utilization of nitrogen and other nutrients by the plants. Sulfur deficiency symptoms, that is yellowing of leaves, is the same as nitrogen, but sulfur deficiency usually starts on the younger leaves at the top, whereas nitrogen deficiency begins in the lower leaves. Next important nutrient is boron. It is not required by the plants in high amounts, but can cause serious growth problems if it is not supplied at appropriate level. Boron requirements are much higher for reproductive growth. It helps with pollination, fruit, and seed development. Boron deficiency is common in range of crops and expressed in the growing points of roots, shoots, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Zinc, being an important constituent of several enzymes and proteins, is a micronutrient of macro importance. It plays direct role in growth, good health, and reproduction. Zinc deficiency is a common problem in alkaline and calcareous soils, and Khera disease of paddy is the best example of zinc deficiency. Zinc is immobile, hence the deficiency symptoms occurs in the new leaves. Absence of zinc in the soil leads to poor growth, less number of tillers, delayed maturity, and yield loss may be up to 40%. The next important micronutrient is iron. Iron is essential for almost all the living organisms. It plays a crucial role in metabolic processes such as DNA synthesis, respiration, and photosynthesis. Iron also assists in nitrate and sulfate reduction and energy production within the plant. Iron deficiency is expressed as interveinal chlorosis of new leaves, that is, leaves are yellow with green veins. Now it is time to revisit the challenges of tomato crop. We don't know what guesses you have made, but it will be interesting to know that all are due to some nutrient deficiency. Let us see what are those. We are sure this has surprised you because most of the time, whenever we see something different, it is mistaken for either some disease or insect pests. It is very rare to even think about nutrient deficiencies. So, in future, it is strongly suggested to verify properly before jumping into any conclusions or start applying some pesticides. Now, we have some idea about the importance of different nutrients in crop production and how deficiency of one also affects the utilization of others, even if that is sufficiently available, leading into nutritional insecurity and increasing cost of cultivation. In view of the emerging challenges from conventional farming, the significance of soil testing and to adopt balanced crop nutrient management practices are much more relevant than ever before. Thanks, like the video and subscribe the channel, share with friends and give feedback so that we can include new topics for further discussions.